What's good? It's Fever. I put together a list of 10 spoiler-free tips which don't hurt the magic of discovery in the game. They are mainly gameplay and feature-based, things I wish I had known starting out, and I wish that they were explained a little bit better in-game, so we'll just head into it. So first, sneaking. When entering Crouch, you'll get the added hidden tag in the middle of your screen. Well, the brackets aren't random. The further apart they are, the more sneaky you're being, and sound, light, perks, all of that stuff contribute to that. Junk is what the game calls items that solely break down into crafting materials, and at a workshop you can hit transfer and store all of your junk or take all of your junk out, and this is a really easy and fast way to reduce the clutter of your inventory. See on screen that I freed up almost 100 carry capacity with one button press. Talking more about junk and crafting, if you were crafting something that required steel, but you had an item that gave you steel and wood, if that item is chosen at craft time, you never see that wood. Because of this inefficiency, it's a good idea to take all your junk at a settlement, throw it on the ground, open up your crafting menu, your building menu, and scrap it all manually to get the base crafting materials so nothing is wasted. In the crafting mode at your settlement, if you are on PC, you can actually navigate the menus here by holding down Shift and using the WASD keys as arrow keys. And some people have said that works for them in dialogue options as well. For me personally, it hasn't, but for dialogue, not only can you click the different options with your mouse, but you can also use the 1, 2, 3, and 4 keys. When you're crafting at a crafting station, if you are missing a certain material, you can highlight it and do something called tag. This will result in a magnifying glass indicator showing up, and as you play through the game, it will also show a magnifying glass highlight on items that give you the materials that you had flagged in the crafting menus. Fallout 4 also has a very light cover system. If you find yourself with your weapon out in a position where you can just peek out at the enemy or buy a piece of cover, if you just hold down your aiming button, your right click, it'll pop you in and out, and it's kind of useful. It doesn't quite snap the way it should. It's there, and that's what matters, I guess. Armor has layers somewhat. So highlighting a piece of gear will blink the areas on your Pip-Boy's body that it takes up, and there are the 4 limbs, the chest, the hat, the eyes, the mouth, and certain pieces will take up different combinations of these slots. But even when you have all those spots hit, certain pieces of equipment like the Minuteman's outfit sit underneath all of it, so you can double dip some stats. There are monsters with a suicider tag that do just that, usually in tandem with explosives, but much like enemy weapons or projectiles, you can shoot them with your gun to disarm or deflect them, or in this case, set off the boom so that it doesn't get to you. And lastly, a couple just smaller things. Wait is now only able to be done when you are sitting and resting, and you can still drag objects, even some that don't have a UI prompt, by holding down the E button, and this is great for the areas around your settlement where items have just fallen outside the border. You can bring them back in and scrap them there. So I hope some of this stuff helps. Until next time, this is Fever. Peace.